everything. I was never frustrated ever at teammates, at everybody, because I know everybody's going out there doing their best. So if you're doing your best and you tell me, you look me in the eye and tell me you're doing your best, I know I'm out here trying to do my best. I know I make mistakes. I know you make mistakes. So it's like, why would I be mad? We all in similar situations.
Myles Garrett is helping Shedeur Sanders. Kevin Stefanski's not helping Shedeur. Andrew Berry's not helping Shedeur. But Myles Garrett out after practice helping. The Browns aren't giving Shedeur Sanders a fair shot. That's been clear and obvious. But now the fans are there at training camp, and they have nothing but support to show for Shedeur Sanders. You got people out there in the jerseys. They're saying his name. They're saying they want Shedeur Sanders to start. And now you have another day of not no reps, but a weird delegation of reps, right? You have Mr. Daniel on X who's going to let us know that Flacco with the ones, Pickett went with the twos, then Flacco with the ones, Pickett with the twos again, Gabriel with the ones, and then finally Sanders with the threes. Now, we are still awaiting on our quarterback tracker to get the official numbers coming out, but when we have that, we're going to smack you with it right on the screen. But from all in all, it seems like Shedeur did something that he continues to do, and while people want to, say he can or can't or do this and that, all I see him is really being able to outplay what he's able to do. He was asked in the media about the starting position. He answered that with grace. He answered that with humility. He is taking over the Browns training camp right now, and that's by making the most of every opportunity he has, even though it's limited. And then on top of that, the elite answers to media. So let's hop right into it with some foosball, because you already saw this, man. Look at, the people are supporting Sanders. Y'all know what's going there. I showed you how kind of things were going, where things, and we're going to get deeper into that at the end part of the video. But the foosball, right? Here's the first one. Again, he didn't have a lot of reps, so there weren't even a lot of clips to look through. This one was super simple here, right? My favorite thing I want to see, right? And I was doing this live when I was first looking at these clips, and somebody said, "Oh my God, it's such a big deal that he threw a flat route." But we watched Kenny Pickett yesterday. We know what we saw Kenny Pickett. We saw Kenny Pickett head stare right at a tight end, and his head did not move from staring at that tight end, and he still threw to the tight end. For the love of God, thank the Lord that Shedeur Sanders knows how to switch targets and get through some progressions, because apparently Kenny Pickett, the fifth-year vet, how long has he been in the league, does not know how to do this simple process. So, I thought that was interesting to point out. Simple, smooth little, not out, but a little flag and or not flag, but flat route, flag or flat, depending on, flag is it's a little different. No, it doesn't matter. And then you have the bread and butter of Shedeur Sanders, where he's going to go ahead and step up in the pocket and layer this above defenders. Now, again, we've seen Shedeur, and I might have to watch this on X, because this thing looks like a potato. But we do have another angle here too. Like, I talked about, hey, why does Kevin Stefanski, why would they even want Shedeur, right? Because specifically, now that you're not even giving him, what's it called? You're not even giving him, oh my God, did you see the way that thing stuck to his hand, boy? Hey, man, y'all got a lot, y'all be trying to have a lot to say, but when that thing hit that boy's palms like that, right? It's pretty nice, right? So this is what, Shedeur does best. This is the reason why Kevin Stefanski wants him. This is the reason why Kevin Stefanski also likes Dylan Gabriel, right? These are two quarterbacks who know and are not afraid to attack the middle part of the field, right? In the NFL, you got to be able to do both, right? You have to be able to both attack the middle of the field and obviously attack those numbers and make sure that you can get the ball into space of some really elite defenders. But I think all in all, when you're looking at this, you're seeing him take advantage to the best of his ability. And we see him drift a little bit here, quote unquote, right? But the funny thing is, he goes from that to immediately stepping up, right? So I do want it to be said that it's okay to drift in the pocket whenever you're getting this much internal pressure, right? That's the response to that, right? What you don't want to do is drift whenever these edges are coming in at you. But as you can see, I think that his process of pocket and understanding what it is, right? Let's walk this through, right? 1, 2, 3. Here he is at the top of his drop. So where is he looking at the top of his drop first? He's looking out here, right? He's got some routes forming this way. So not only did he have to get to this is the backside. We're gonna watch what route this is. What kind of route is this? Is it an over route or is it a dig? I think this is a dig. Yeah. Okay. So this is the backside dig. Now, ask Jimmy Horn about them backside digs. Ask Travis Hunter about them backside digs. I personally thought that this was one of one of Shedeur Sanders' better routes to get to, because I think when given the time, he has the touch to go ahead and just lull you asleep with his head movement, right? He's here, drifting, right? And then what I don't want us to do is go back. So interestingly enough, he doesn't go straight back. He's finding himself, right? He's going left, he's going right, and then as soon as he can, because he has this internal pressure, what does he actually do? He actually steps up. So I'm happy about that. He's already in shotgun, so he's pretty deep. He gets 1, 2, 3. He takes on the stop. He doesn't go straight back. He has internal pressure, so he has to create himself more space. His edges are still clean, so he's good to keep stepping back. Those edges are clean. As soon as that pocket forms, hey, let me step up. And what he does, I think even better than throwing the backside dig and better than throwing over somebody's noggin, is throwing in pressure and throwing when the pocket is a little muddy. Go look at some of those touchdowns, and he was getting hammered on some of these throws. He had some nastiness in his face when he's making this pass, and this thing layers. Dog, that's a laser. Yo, that was a laser beam. Are y'all seeing that? He handed him that ball. That wasn't a big arcing. I want y'all to know he threw this back here. So we have to understand, because downs and distances, this play starts at the 30, right? This ball is gonna get to him at the 45, right? He's gonna step up and deliver. Yep, at the 45. So that ball is gonna get there at the 45. Not the longest throw in the world, right? But what I want to show you is like the levels, right? We talked about for a second. This is the tertiary level. At the third level, this is deep. This is a deep dig. This is behind everybody. Like everybody, you're not just behind these linebackers. He's a good 5 yards behind these linebackers in this, I guess, what you call second level defender. So he's deep in there, right? Pause. So not only is he deep in there, it's not an arcing throw. This isn't I gotta put it up there. This was, I need to put a rope. I need to put this with enough velocity that it stays where it can. And I don't have a lot of time. I can't allow these backers to react. I can't allow somebody else, one of these other defenders, to react and break on this ball. So what am I gonna do? I'm gonna just weak arm, right? We've been telling you how much that velocity has been, but weak arm, right? Zoom. I mean, like that is a nice little 15-yard handoff. Well, I mean, not 15 because he's like 10 yards back. He's like 5-10 yards back. That's a cool little 20, 30-yard handoff. And again, this isn't the longest, deepest pass. It's the fact that look where he's throwing above. He's throwing a bunch of garbage and a bunch of trash over these defenders. And it's a really great sight to see the fact that he's able to get that connected. And again, he's making the most of it, right? He might not be able to get all the reps, but the fact that he's making the most of said reps has to be the most important thing. And then, because we're about to get into some of the interviews, we watched a little bit in another interview, but I'm gonna watch some of the core ones. Y'all remember who was staying after in OTAs? Well, it was Shedeur Sanders. Well, guess what? As some people were complaining, and we're about to listen to the interviews about Shedeur speaking about the interviews. Some people were complaining about not getting first team reps or this and that, but it seems that, and this is the full team by the way, all the Browns position groups are staying on the field afterwards. You can see Shedeur right here. The one sleeve gives it away. And there's not a lot of black quarterbacks as well that aren't named Deshaun Watson on the Browns. So there you go. So you're not only talking about somebody who's putting in the work on the field and being able to, again, show the things that Kenny Pickett does. Again, you can laugh at me and say, oh my God, you're over breaking down the fact that he's, he just looks at one read and he makes a single read. It's only a half field read. Well, Kenny Pickett couldn't do it. Kenny Pickett was Shirley Durley staring at that tight end just yesterday. I don't know if y'all remember. I'm sure y'all haven't forgotten. I'm sure y'all haven't. Do I have that ready? Do I have that? Nah, we ain't gonna do that. But I saw when Kenny Pickett stared at somebody and threw a pick. You know what I'm saying? And it's just a 15, 20-yard throw. It's just a whatever. We've seen Shedeur hit that backside dig all the time. Well, I mean, over some defenders. That's the bread and that's the butter and that's the NFL. So you only gonna give him 3 reps. But I'm sorry that he's maximizing. Oh wow, I got the training camp thing up. My fault that he's maximizing those 3 reps. And 1 second, I'm about to check to see, and here it is, right on time, the quarterback tracker. So this is where you gotta read it in wheat for 725. Yesterday, apparently on the quarterback tracker, Shedeur Sanders went a perfect 4 for 4. Again, he didn't get any first team reps, but you see here, Gabriel 4 for 8, Sanders 5 for 8, right? So, that's all I'm gonna say is all I'm gonna say when I say it, right? That's all I'm gonna say. Joe Flacco 4 for 11. So yesterday he didn't get a lot of reps. This time I guess he got a lot more reps. And then Mr. Pickett 2 for 6. In one of them tutter things, the only man with a touchdown, and he gets apparently the least amount of reps. But again, there's context with everything. So again, we talked about this one, right? Joe Flacco started with the first team. So Sanders had 3 plays with the 2s and 3s. So this was the 11s, right? And then Browns finished the practice with a set of 11 on 11s, driving down the field. Flacco ran the 1s, Sanders ran the 2s, and Gabriel ran the 3s. Each session ended with a 4th and medium play, but neither rookie completed their attempt. So neither could complete the 4th and medium, which, 4th and medium is kind of crazy, but neither of them could do it. But on top of that, Sanders ran with the 2s. So if I can reel you back in to this play right here, where he's actually going against the 2s, because everybody wanted to make this point. Oh, he's only going against the 2s and 3s. He's only going against third team, right? Well, Dylan went against the 3s, and Sanders found a way to get a higher completion percentage than him, right? Is that not what we're seeing right now? That's what I'm looking at right now. I'm looking at somebody who was able to do a lot more with seemingly a similar amount of access to reps. And again, that's just what I'm looking at. I don't think that means he's QB1. I don't think that means really anything. I do think it's what we expected from him. I do think he's excelling and doing the things at an NFL level that I sat here and said, hey, he's going to be able to do that. And he's doing that, attacking the middle of the field, right? Being able to use his lower half at an exceptional rate. The fundamentals are absolutely through the roof. The top half, we've seen him work on the velocity, the whip of his top of his top half. I was about to say lower half, top half, right? He's getting more of that. He's more of a traditional thrower. So what can I do to have that placement? How can I show you that, hey, I'm not just a placement guy like that crazy throw he did in the first day of training camp. I can also put a dang a hole through a barnyard. I don't know. I don't have enough country slang. A frozen rope, son. The thing was fast and hard, and you know what I'm saying? I'm so sorry. That was a little loud. But let's get we're gonna close out with a few PC interviews. Some of these interview clips we haven't actually listened to because I'm recording this while I'm live. So one that we already saw, how he responds to the first team reps. We're going to hear him speak about the big or expecting a big ovation from fans, and then Shedeur Sanders on competing for the starting job. So let's hear it. Hold up. Wait a minute. Myles Garrett is helping Shedeur Sanders. So Kevin Stefanski's not helping Shedeur. Andrew Berry's not helping Shedeur, but Myles Garrett, the best player on the Browns, the most impactful player on the Browns, is out after practice helping a young center, and Shedeur Sanders put that work in. Look, the Browns media can spin it however they want to spin it. It's clearly people who that play with him want great things to happen with him. This is crazy.
I asked the same question, and none of us had the answer, so maybe you could give us the answer. Why aren't you getting any reps with the ones at any point?
I don't think that's not my place, to answer, to even be able to give the answer to that. I feel like it's not in my control. So I'm not even going to think about that or have that even in my thought process of why it is. Like, there's a lot of people that want to have the opportunity to be at this level, and I'm here, and I'm thankful to have the opportunity. So whenever that is, it is. But it doesn't make me feel down, or it doesn't make me feel left out or anything, because I know who I am as a person, I know who I am as an individual, and I know what I could bring to this team. So I can never feel less than, in any circumstance.
Next clip.
I'm definitely focused on getting completions when I get out there. So the external is cool. I'm thankful for it. I'm thankful for all y'all coming out here, being able to document everything, and doing what y'all got to do. But hey, when I get out there, I'm not thinking about it external. I'm thinking about more, in the organization, thinking about getting the play calls, executing my job, doing what I got to do.
Shedeur, you got time for a couple more? You actually.
And that was him asking about the fans. So again, Shedeur Sanders, the man who's supposed to be this big distraction, right? The dude who's supposed to be the problem, the issue, creating problems for the media. Apparently, that's his response. So is what it is there. And then here is Brown's Shedeur Sanders on him competing for the starting job.
I don't think nobody in this organization is here if they're not trying to win. Honestly, I think they're trying to win who gives out the best water and Gatorades out here. So it's definitely competition, everything in life. It's so many cameras out here. It's definitely competition with content, obviously too. So I think everything in life boils down to competition.
Amen. That's one way to put it. And I don't think it would be fair if we didn't talk about the other rookie in the room. So let's hear what Mr. Gabriel has to say. And I don't think this is too long. This is, I think, too long. We're gonna end it with Dylan Gabriel, and then we're gonna watch some other clips of the camp.
Yeah, I think a rep is a rep in general, and we try as quarterbacks, knowing that there's not many reps to go around, just as how practice goes. When you're behind the center and trying to take as much mental reps as you can, that's been to our benefit. Be able to get it that way. So, and then you talk about it in the film room as well. So there's a combination of ways to make it happen, but of course the physical's a little different.
It's great to hear, right? As much as, again, we are Shedeur, pro Shedeur, I'm pro Gabriel too. You know what I'm saying? I think that he's a guy that's been able to carry himself in a really good way. Now, do I think he's a better quarterback than Shedeur? Sadly, no. I think he does certain things better than Shedeur. I think there's certain aspects that, okay, yeah, he can do that, specifically the athletic wise, right? I think that's very important. And clearly the Browns and certain people have had a lot of positive things to say about what he's been able to do with his opportunity. So, but I think it's also good to just look at the other things that he has, his mindset as well, because he clearly carries himself in a pretty positive way as well. So let's see what the other quarterbacks have in store. You do have a bit of news, so just to update you, I don't know why this was slow-mo, but my man Fred does that big on Twitter. Just to update you with some news, you did lose, linebacker, former Texas Longhorn. You did lose him to retirement, and you're talking about a linebacker room in which you already lost an extremely dynamic player in Jock, an outside linebacker who you tend to play really everywhere. He could rush the pass, who could rush the passer, was really effective off ball as well. Somebody who was a Swiss Army knife, and not to mention, you lose both of those guys in a linebacker room. I know you brought in not Nick Schweringer, is that his name? Schweringer, I forgot his first name. You brought in Schweringer out of UCLA. And he's big, bad, and athletic, and I think he's going to be able to make a great impact. But he's a Sam, right, or a Will. He's not a Mike. You lose a play caller for your defense. That's tough. And in the training camp woes seem to continue for the Browns as you have Cedric Tillman, who was down at the back of the end zone, holding his calf. Trainers are stretching it. Maybe, like I said, it could have been some cramping, but clearly people are not starting to bite the dust necessarily, but definitely feeling the effects of training camp. But this, if you're a Browns fan, you got to be very happy about, right? You got your all-world defensive end Myles Garrett teaching up your newly drafted Mr. Graham here, because he's going to be working on the inside and maybe sometimes outside of Myles Garrett as well. Very, very dynamic, scary duo on that defensive line for the Browns. So what you're losing for in linebacker, hopefully you can make up in production on that defensive line. But for Shedeur, it's another day of him just maximizing his opportunities, right? Doesn't get a lot of opportunities, but not only does he do it by showing off, hey, in the media I can do it and I can take it to that level, but then clearly where it matters the most on the field, I can do it and I can take it to that level. It's been a great thing to see, and great that he continues to really maximize those opportunities, and I just can't wait to see what else he does with it. So that's what we got today. I think they're going to be I just had the what's it called? I just had the schedule up. So yeah, they're back tomorrow. So they're actually back tomorrow in the morning. So if I'm up early enough in the morning, man, we will go ahead and start getting our stream on in the morning, and then they're gonna take a break on Sunday, and then be back for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday break, and then Friday, Saturday break, Monday. So tomorrow 9:30, if you're there, be square. I'll go ahead and stream it again, see if we can get some more Shedeur Sanders clips, and then kind of take it from there. But that's all we got for this video, man. Continue to be great. Thank you so much for watching. Like the video if you like it. If there's any other training camp videos you want to see, I already did my man Cam Ward, did LeJounte yesterday. Wanted to try to sneak in a Dallas Cowboys video, so y'all let me know down below. Like the video if you like it, dislike it if you don't like it, subscribe if you like football content of all shapes, sizes, forms, and fashions. Continue to be great. Thank you so much. Peace.